welcome to the Wrestling Lowdown Show. And today, this video, we will be reviewing and giving our thoughts on the pay-per-view Evolution. And today, we actually have three people on the show. It'll be me, Richard, and Alyssa, if you remember her a couple of months back when this announcement was made. But we'll have Richard run down the whole show, but let's let her, she's being a woman, I think it would be more for her to, get more opinion on it. I'll just piggyback off that. I know me and Richard always have a lot to say about wrestling in general. But, yeah.
Okay. The show starts off with a tag team match, and it was Trish Stratus and Lita versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox. Originally, it was going to be, I believe, Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, but because of the injury, Alexa had to sit out. Noah, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was good. In my opinion, I was a little disappointed with who ended up winning because I was really rooting for Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Alicia Fox. It was really good. Mickie James, I really was hoping she would take the win, though, especially over Trish and Lita. Personally, just because Mickey's always there. She's just there every week doing her thing, and then she loses against those two. But I didn't watch any of the wrestling when I was a kid, so I didn't grow up with Trish and Lita and if they had any feuds or rivalries. So maybe there was a reason why Mickie lost against them. But overall it was good. I really wish we could have seen Alexa in the match, though, honestly.
Yeah, Mickie James, she carried that whole match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. It kind of seemed like it was a rehearsal or something with Trish and Lita, because, they haven't been in the ring for a while.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything was good except that one botch.
I still didn't go back and watch it. I was trying to catch up on other stuff, too, but I will. I don't know if I want to see that, but...
Yeah, it was Alicia Fox, and she broke up the pinfall too late.
No, I'm glad Alicia Fox got to be on the show because she missed out on the Royal Rumble, first ever.
Yeah.
I understand what Alyssa was saying about, maybe the heel should have gone over, but I think they did it for nostalgia and just to open the show.
Yeah. And then the next match is a 20-women battle royal. Nia Jax ended up being the winner of all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of messy at first. And then, as you can tell, again, the older women got eliminated carefully.
Yeah.
It got better, I think, more towards the middle. I think once the dance break started, so that's when you can kind of see a little bit of stories developing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really like the result with Nia Jax. I kind of wish it was Ember Moon or anyone else, pretty much, because we already seen a lot of Nia in the championship picture.
Yeah, speaking of what he was saying about Nia Jax, knowing that Ember was pretty much the last one there as well, I've been wanting to see her have an opportunity to have a title shot, and I felt like that, Sunday night would have been probably one of the better opportunities to have seen that happen, but I was pretty disappointed with that too. I expected Nia to be one of the last few standing, but it was just like the back of my mind. I was like, oh, she's probably going to win, even though, it's not what I wanted, but it ended up happening. One of the things, going back a little further back into the beginning of the match, I love the Iconics, and I was really disappointed to see them just get tossed out in 5 seconds. They didn't even have a chance, I know somebody had to be the first, but I just feel like they're just being taken as a joke, and I really want to see them progress too, and it's just like they got tossed out just like that. But the match overall was really good. Everybody had their part, and older wrestlers, younger wrestlers. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more NXT girls in there.
Yeah.
Overall, I like the end with Ember at least surviving until the end, and then Tamina, and I don't know where that's going, but, it was entertaining. I liked it.
Yeah, except for the end. I didn't think Nia was going to win it at all. I thought it was either Ember Moon or...
Zelina Vega?
No. That would have been real shock.
Yeah.
Oh, Asuka.
That's who I wanted.
But I don't know, some political agenda. The Rock Mom was there. A couple of grumblings on that. I know that was cool that Nia Jax did the Roman Reigns. That was cool. Yeah, then the old timers, oh man, talk about letting them out slowly. Atlanta Blaze, jeez, they literally just carried her out like even worse than the Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
man, yeah, be careful with her.
It's like just step down, like it's a stair step.
Yeah, I was very slow. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything as well.
Okay, so then the next one is a singles match for the Mae Young Trophy,
Yes.
and it was Toni Storm versus Io Shirai.
Yeah.
I don't know. Out of all the Mae Young matches, I didn't really like this one as much. It seemed to end suddenly.
Yes.
You know, it started all technical and it got a little better, and then all of a sudden, finisher hits, and then Toni Storm wins. And I'm like, what? Especially with all the great matches they had on the Mae Young Classic.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like they could have done something like that, but I don't know if they were running out of time or they were nervous or what. No, I wanted Shirai to win, and I think that would have helped her more than Toni Storm, because she might go to the NXT UK anyways. So I don't know what it's gonna do for her, because everyone already know who she is, and not a lot of people know Io Shirai. But for what it's worth, it was good. I just didn't like how it ended suddenly.
Yeah, I'll fine either way. I like them both, so it's really hard to pick for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toni Storm, she already, with the NXT UK, and Io Shirai, she's signed with WWE, so she's gonna go NXT. So I guess, yeah, either way, I would have been fine.
Actually, I was agreeing with you, Edwin, like when you were saying like kind of how you felt about the whole match as well. I felt it could have definitely gone both ways, and obviously somebody had to win. So I was for Shirai as well, but I think they just maybe have different plans for Shirai when she goes to NXT, which is fine. And then I was just kind of thinking as well, like it's like, oh, well, why did Toni Storm win? She's already on NXT UK, but I think maybe story in the future will be, well, she won the Mae Young title, that trophy, and then going over to the UK. Then they'll build a story on her to possibly go for the women's UK title. So that'll make her character look even stronger because she has the Mae Young trophy on her back already. Whereas Shirai, I think she'll have a pretty good feud.
Yeah, I think she'll just have to start from the beginning, but since she's really good, I don't think she really needs anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
They both displayed their moves and finishers very well. They had good chemistry, even though I wanted Io to win. It's okay. I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, like I said, just weird ending, but really good match.
Yeah.
Otherwise. And then the next match is a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship, and it's Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
I didn't really like the interference at the end.
Yes.
Maybe if they did it a little better, but because the referee, it's like, how could she miss all that? Yeah, the ref was just kind of weird too at the end. Like, I don't even know what she was doing, moving her hands around when Kairi was about to pass out.
Yeah.
And it feels like she should have ended the match like quickly. It's like, why did she wait so long to end the match? I know it's supposed to be dramatic, but she didn't even raise up the hand, and when she did it, she only did it once.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to the old traditional 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like a new NXT thing or what?
I have no clue. Maybe it was a botch, I don't know. But no, like
botch on the ref. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like Mick Foley, remember? When it counted to 3.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what did you think, Alyssa?
Same thing. Story-wise, it started out slow and then it just increased over the period of the match to build, leaving us to think, well, who is going to win, because they both did really well. I didn't, the interference, it's not that I don't mind interference. It was fine, but at the same time, we know who these women were that were sitting in the front, but I felt like it wasn't really introduced to the crowd as like just really who they were, because it was just kind of like, oh, we know they were with NXT, we know they're, friends of Baszler, but they just kind of came out and then did their thing. The ref did nothing about it, or I don't even know, was she even looking? She didn't notice?
No, she didn't notice anything.
Yeah, which is kind of like weird, because I'm like, that was a lot. Like, she actually got out of their seat, went over and, started doing her thing, but which was just kind of weird too. It's just just like when I was just trying to think as a viewer, it's like, okay, well, I knew who she was, but it was kind of like, who is this? Like, she's just getting away with so much, and then all of a sudden, Baszler gets, Kairi in the clutch?
Kirifuda clutch.
Yes. And just like that, it's over. So it's just kind of like, what? Like, I didn't expect Kairi to lose the title, though. I thought she was actually going to keep it. I would have wanted her to keep it for a little while longer because it has been going back and forth between them for a bit. Maybe this is going to showcase the rest of the women off and introduce them into NXT because they haven't even appeared on the show yet, as far as I know. Like, not on the actual, like, live tapings, but possibly house shows. But it's just kind of like, is this going to be their introduction now? Like, on Wednesday, are we going to see them?
Probably.
Yeah, I would think so. But I think Shayna Baszler is the first NXT Women's Champion to win it twice.
Twice, yeah.
Okay.
I'll give my opinion quick. I'm actually on the other side. I actually like the interference.
Oh.
Because I was going in like, well, if Shayna wins, and then now they're tied. They both won each other. So what's going to happen? They just went clean, like 10 more times or what? Maybe it was just me, but I didn't even know the Horsemen were there. And I wasn't even expecting them to even really put 2 to 2 that they were going to jump in or anything. But
yeah,
I saw it was kind of sloppy. It did look sloppy because, Shane was sitting there like, hurry up,
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't really like it because it just seemed very weird. Like the timing of it was too slow and I didn't know what was going on.
I mean, I guess the writing was good, but the execution was like, I know what you're trying to do. And I was excited. Like, oh, cool, they're getting involved. But yeah, I can see your point too. Mm-hmm. But I think like it's better, now everybody's going to know who the horsewomen are.
Yeah.
Kind of did it kind of weird, but, and Ronda got even there. But
yeah.
No, I liked it. Well, I guess it's one of those, to be determined to see what happens after this.
Mm-hmm. But actually, I forgot a match going back. There was a 6-woman tag team match between...
the one I was talking about. Yeah.
Between Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match. I was just kind of wanting the Riot Squad to win, which they lost again. I think they really need a win. I mean, this match, I think, really proved how good they were together. I mean, they were always good, but they did a lot of new moves that I thought was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what was it when Bayley was at the ring post and she got, like, kicked into it?
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
that was a really cool spot. And it just kind of seemed weird, for Sasha Banks, Bayley, and especially Natalya. She just seems like she's just in there to be there,
Yeah.
What does a win for them do? Whereas, like, Riot Squad, they've been jobbing to, like, everyone for the last month or two.
Yeah.
No, overall, I think the Riot Squad really did well in that match. Really good for a 6-person tag team match, because usually those aren't that great.
Yeah, I agree. And, it seemed like it was for Sasha and Bayley to do something to get their stuff in and to pay homage to, Randy Savage and Eddie Guerrero, which is fine, whatever. Yeah, so I felt kind of the same.
Do you know what Sasha Banks was trying to do when she flipped over the rope? Did you see that?
No.
It looked like a botch. I couldn't tell what she was supposed to do. Like, she was supposed to do a flip and jump into, like, the Riot Squad, but she just, like, rolled over the rope and kind of tripped and fell.
No, I have to go back to see that again. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked really bad, but they didn't even show it in the replay. So I was like, okay, it has to be a botch.
Yeah, by the time that they showed Sasha, she was already in the hands of the Riot Squad. They didn't even show her like attempting to make that jump or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the one there kind of mixed it real quickly. Yeah.
I was actually gonna question one more like random thing that happened in this match was I believe it was Sasha. She was on the ground near one of the corners, and then Bayley got on top of her.
Oh, yeah. So, like, Ruby Riott was going to do a move off the top rope, and then Sasha was, already laying down on the mat, and then Bayley just got on top of her, and I'm like, wouldn't that just hurt the same? Because it's like a splash or whatever. So it's like, why didn't she pull her out of the way, or maybe, knock Ruby Riott off? Because I'm like, covering her, it's just like, you're still going to both feel it,
Yeah.
It was just kind of awkward. It was one of those moments where she got on, she covered her really, slowly, and then just kind of looked up like, okay, am I ready? Like, am I here? Am I supposed to be here? Okay, good. And then, Ruby just jumps on top, and then they both take it. It's just like, okay, well, was that supposed to happen? I don't know. It was just kind of a little like awkward, but funny.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to interpret like a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like sacrifice itself. But yeah, now that I think of it, yeah, that wasn't really a sacrifice.
I mean, overall, though, like, I agree. It was a good match. And Natalia has really been. I mean, she doesn't have like anything to prove because we know she's really, really good. But just seeing her being able to showcase kind of by herself in these matches have been really nice. Like, I think it was Raw yesterday. I think she was the one that took the win.
Yeah, she the sharpshooter.
Yeah, so she's just looking really good, and I hope that she can kind of take some spotlight soon and get out of the whole tag team and then just take a one-on-one with somebody in the future. But yeah, I agree. I with the right squad needing to just get a little bit more of a push. I just want to see them finally take that lead because they are a team. And I'm not saying, Sasha, Bailey, and Natalia are not good because they are, but, Natalia is just kind of in there with Sasha and Bailey because we know they're already a team, but I just want to see the right squad take some wins. They deserve it.
Yeah, maybe. I think they were teasing Ruby Riott, contender for, the title.
Yeah.
Probably the far extent that Yuki.
Hopefully, because, Ruby Riott, she's really good. I think she's just overlooked.
Yeah.
But going back, the next match after the NXT Championship match was the last woman standing, and it was for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and it was Becky Lynch versus Charlotte. I was kind of mad because I was hoping that this would have gone last.
Oh, yeah, I think we all were. Yeah.
They were more deserving for that spot, and yeah, it was crazy. I thought every moment was fun.
Yeah.
The only complaint I would have is some of the 10 counts are kind of weird, or like,
oh yeah,
the ref will just count slowly, and then Charlotte will try to get up slowly, and then the ref's like, okay, you're good,
Yeah.
Just those parts, but everything else I thought was good. I don't know if that table spot was planned, where she did the moonsault and just kind of slid off.
Yeah.
She went back up there and did it again, I believe, or was it just like a splash?
What do they call it? Oh, senton.
Oh, senton, yeah, senton. And then
it looked good. It looked pretty smooth that time.
That was solid. But I thought the funniest part of the match was when they threw the ladder in and it somehow stood up by itself.
Or the bearing of the chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of creative.
Charlotte taking all those back bumps on everything, on chairs, on tables, on ladders. Yeah. I was like, man, she has to be in a lot of pain. But no, overall, I just liked the whole match. I don't think I disliked anything besides, like I said, some of the weird false finishes,
Yeah.
Figure 8 in the ladder was kind of cool.
They told a good story. Yeah, everything was creative. I haven't seen anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Mention real quick, Mike Chioda, yeah. I don't know, he got all over the place, yeah. And they'll be like, oh, don't get that here. Don't get the table here. And Becky's like, what are you talking about? It's a DQ.
Yeah.
Not DQ. Why are you bugging me?
Exactly.
Just count. That's all I need you to do. But yeah, I know. I think it's more for effect or whatever,
Yeah.
And the ref saying, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Did you see the ref kick the chair towards Becky when she was trying to escape the ladder? The figure 8. You could see the ref just kind of helped her by pushing it because she was too far out of reach.
Oh no! I'm about to go back again. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can see he just barely kicks it over, and I'm like, what the heck? The camera's right on his foot, and you just see him do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the ref, I saw a picture online where I think it was the part where Becky's throwing Charlotte out of the ring onto the table. But there's a photo where I saw the ref holding Becky by the back of her outfit because Becky was, threw her with force. So I would like to think if the ref didn't kind of grab her real quick, she might have fallen too.
Oh, wow.
I saw a photo of that and I was like, how did somebody actually capture that footage?
Man, I didn't even notice that.
But I agree with both of you guys. Match was great. I love any match with Becky and Charlotte. They're really good at telling a story. And so the fact that they're continuing to fight each other over the title, that's completely fine with me. I can't see anybody else in the matches other than the two of them for right now. Everything played out so good. And yeah, I agree. It should have been the last match because they have a story. They have strong characters and everything. So that would have been great for a final or for a main event. it was amazing. They're great.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to comment on freaking the commentary, Michael Cole,
Yeah.
the agenda, and inserted booze and this is
Oh
Cole
my
falling.
gosh.
Becky's
Yeah.
a heel. She's so bad. Oh, really? You hear the crowd?
Yeah.
The whole time?
It's like a select cult following. And it's like, yeah, there's only like a few Becky fans. No, there's a lot.
No, not even close.
Yeah, the packages before the match, the editing, it was just like kind of like Roman Reigns, They just add in, for Roman Reigns it was adding in cheers, but for Becky they put in the booze, and it's like they didn't do that on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of comical. Yeah, the crowd was pretty hot. It was cool. I like the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the real crowd, not the fake one.
Yeah, the real crowd. Yeah. Okay, and then the last match is a singles match for the Raw Women's Championship, and it's Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella, and with Nikki Bella is obviously Brie Bella.
Yes. Oh boy.
Oh, after the last woman standing match, it was just kind of like all your energy's gone, and you're just like, okay, we're just gonna watch this to get it over with.
Yeah.
But Nikki did okay. I just thought the pacing was kind of weird. It felt slow for me, anyways. But it's just hard to believe because Nikki, she's like very average when it comes to wrestling skill and stuff.
Yeah.
It should have been a squash match, I thought.
Oh yeah.
But the only note I have for the match is Brie, when she gets on top of Nikki for that one spot. It just looked weird because she was like slowly crawling onto Nikki.
Yeah, very slowly, yeah. Lisa, you want to go first?
Match overall wasn't bad. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Bella fan with the whole Bella-lution or whatever it's called. I'm not a fan of them. That's not to say, Nikki's not a good wrestler, because she is. As for being an opponent for Rousey, she fought well. I would have wanted to have seen a little bit more counters that Nikki would have had against Rousey. She fought well, but I just feel like it could have been a little bit better because, Rousey's coming in as this really strong and tough woman, and Nikki's trying to do the same. With all the practicing and fighting that she's been like supposedly doing. Well, I would have wanted to see that. Like if Ronda's gonna come at Nikki, then Nikki better, counter back and knock Ronda more to the ground than what I saw. And I expected Brie to jump in at some point, and she made it as always kind of awkward and weird. But I'm glad Ronda won because I like her. I wanted her to keep the title. I don't feel like it should have been the last match. It could have been maybe, I don't know, third to the last or something.
Yeah, second or third to the last, but oh well.
Yeah. I wanted to go last. I'm going to rant a little bit, but you can cut it short if you
okay.
want. Well, yeah, this was the least I wanted to see, and I knew we were going to get it. We all knew it, and it was just one of those, let's get it over with. I see the appeal of, Ronda's a big draw, Nikki's a big draw. And I know they want to, put our belief aside, or disbelief, but come on, man. Ronda Rousey flipping over Triple H, freaking lifting up Triple H, beating up Kurt Angle, and she could barely struggle with Nikki.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. I know you want me to, disbelief, suspend it a little bit, but this is a little too much. And, and even Alyssa Bliss, at least she had, an excuse that, Ronda was going in hurt with broken ribs or whatever. This was like a fresh Ronda. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I was just like, I just want to get it over with because it's like it should have been a squash match. Of all the people, if you choose like Becky or Charlotte or Asuka, that's way more believable. But Nikki, who's been gone for like what, since the Royal Rumble, and even then she was gone for a long time before that. I don't think she really deserved that spot. I knew it was coming when they're like, "Oh, we're friends, and if you ever need help or advice, just talk to us." I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's gonna turn against her."
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just glad Ronda won because I think I would have been mad.
Yeah, everybody was a riot. Yeah.
If Nikki won, it's like no way. I don't care how much she cheats. There's no way she should. There's no way she should win.
Yeah, I mean, I like 3 spots where like you were talking about where she carried both of the belts on her shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, oh no, please don't drop them both, 'cause that would make Ronda look real bad. But I guess she did it with Triple H. So okay, you know, they're probably I'm like, all right, she's cool. And then I'll give credit to Nikki. She did that power bomb. What was it called? The power bomb.
The Alabama Slammer.
Yeah, that looked good. But
yeah,
that's about it. I didn't know she even had that move in her move set. So
yeah, she's done it before.
Oh, okay. That's what I mean.
It's just been that long, you know.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
I think the last time I saw that was when Paige was still wrestling. So.
Oh wow.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and the very, very end, when after Ronda won and all that, you can see Nikki saying it's not over. And I'm like, oh no, I'm cringing. Like, are you serious? I'm gonna keep going.
You know where they're gonna have their next main event match. You can only imagine where that's gonna be.
I hope not WrestleMania.
Oh man,
okay,
no.
Sooner than that.
A Survivor Series?
No, Royal Rumble, because remember it's in Arizona.
Yeah. Oh, dang it! Now talking about bursting the bubble already. Yeah, probably. Yeah, man.
Did you see that when who was it that got thrown over the table? Nikki? Like the announce table.
Brie.
Oh, Brie.
Yeah,
okay.
Brie
So yeah, when they threw her over, you could see like Michael Cole texting on his phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you could tell because you could see like the little speech bubbles, and there's he's just texting. Yeah.
Oh man.
There's probably a picture online you can see.
Yeah, a meme of that.
Yeah, no. So after the that match, you know, there was all the women came out and just kind of applauded and just for the crowd and kind of hugged, and you know, Becky and Ronda were in the middle. And I think Triple H came out and Stephanie came out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe that's why the SmackDown Women's Championship match didn't go last. But it's kind of weird seeing Charlotte, you know, she's just smiling and just standing there. And it's like, did she just go through like a tough battle?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, I get it. You know, they got together at the end because, you know, to showcase, you know, the pay-per-view itself and the historical moment that it was, you know, all the women come together. I get that, and that's fine, but kind of like what he said, it's like they all got together at the end smiling and all refreshed and good, and it just kind of, for me, breaks like a little bit of the character. It's like these are heels, these are faces, and they're all together smiling, you know, and then, you know, even, you know, we saw some pictures of like Becky and Charlotte with, you know, Ric Flair all taking a picture like backstage, and it's just like, like, I mean, and again, I get it, they're cool in real life, but kind of keep their characters, you know, this is, you know, they're supposed to be against each other, and it's just like they're all happy in a picture.
Right. You know, I get it. I didn't mind because to me, I think kayfabe way out the window, but I know you do try to want to keep it, but I thought it was a cool moment. I guess, you know, take it or leave it, I guess. It's not going to ruin it too much, maybe. But I don't know. Kayfabe always ruined all the time. But
yeah, kind of want to have that belief still, at least to the very minimum. You know, like if they had that on a documentary and it was like backstage or something, or off camera.
Yeah,
you know, maybe I think if it was just off camera, I think that would have been way better. You know, so all we got to see was the last thing. And then I guess for people who were in attendance, they get to see it. So.
Well, I do agree that Charlotte one kind of bugged me. Maybe she shouldn't have come out. That was the only one that kind of stuck like a sore thumb. I don't think the Bella twins were there, right? I didn't see the Bella twins. Did you?
If they were probably in the back where you couldn't see them. That's my guess.
Yeah. The Charlotte one did kind of bother me a little bit. And the very in the front.
Yeah, exactly. But no, overall, really good pay-per-view. I was skeptical going in because you know, I was really looking forward to Alexa Bliss versus Trish Stratus, and then they changed it to a tag team, and then they took Alexa Bliss out, and then no, I didn't know what to expect because they didn't really build up anything. So I didn't think it was gonna be terrible, but I just didn't know what to expect at all just going in. And besides more of the technical issues, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. But yeah, some of the issues, the feedback and the microphones, like a couple times. I don't know if you heard that. It was like ringing like really loud.
Oh,
And then in the beginning where Michael Cole was trying to talk, but they didn't even have the commentary audio ready. So you
man.
can barely hear him talk, but it's like, the music is overpowering. That was kind of weird. And then the beginning, I appreciate, something different, but I believe that if they took out the performance, they could have put in like a longer match for maybe the Mae Young match or something. That could have been precious time for that, like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then some of the commentary was weird too. I didn't really like the commentary. I think at one point Michael Cole said something along the lines of both men are down.
Yeah. Both men on down, and then I think he corrected himself, but no, I agree. I mean, I'm glad they had it. Thinking of it as a whole, I went into it, with low expectation because there's so much like stuff around, the other pay-per-view, but
Yeah.
and it was like, let's get it over with. But then it's like a movie, a movie that probably not gonna do too well. You're like, well, let me just go with low expectation, and then you're like, oh wow, I actually enjoyed that movie. I was ready to hate on it. I wasn't really hate on Nick at all. It's just, you followed everything that was going on. It was like really any promotion for Evolution. So I'm like, oh no, I hope it didn't bomb. But
Yeah.
I came in with the low expectation, and I got more. That's how I felt. I was like, oh cool. They did it. So they did do it, and it wasn't a bomb or nothing. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and the crowd was really good too.
Oh yeah, the crowd helped a lot.
Yeah, it was good overall. Like kind of like you said, Edwin, it was the expectations were not super high, but after Sunday happened, it was actually pretty good, and I felt like everybody kind of had their spotlight, and like you guys said, the crowd was cheering for everybody, and everyone was very responsive of every match that happened, and it was definitely a success. And yeah, I can't wait till the next one and see what happens. I did want to see, I remember saying when we talked about it before, like predictions and just what we expected, I did want to see a lot more character growth between some of like the wrestlers and the teams. Didn't see too much of that happen, like between that time we talked about it and then Sunday, but it was still good. The women can wrestle, and they always have been able to wrestle, so it was really nice to see them do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hopefully, Tamia's okay when she got ticked at.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot to mention that whole spot was just bad. Zelina Vega is so high up in the air. How is she going to land correctly, unless she was supposed to be caught. But yeah, just how she landed and hit Tamina and the floor.
Yeah. I thought Tamina had a broken nose, but I guess she came out on Raw, so I guess she's okay.
Yeah, that was scary. But yeah, that's it for today's show. If anyone else is interested, we can be found on Facebook or on Twitter at Wrestling Lowdown. Be sure to subscribe or comment if you enjoyed anything, and we'll be back soon with some more wrestling news and commentary.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye.